These women wouldn't even be able to do the dishes in our house, let alone be trying to bring themselves into this conversation. Some people just need to stay in their lane.
Virtual reality.
Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
And I'm Evan Real.
And what a week it has been for Bravo reunions. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's been like, I love and hate when it's like this, Evan, because we get fed so much, but we know we're going to be craving so much more in a few weeks because Miami and Beverly Hills are at the end, but Miami is kicking us off so hot.
Oh my God, yes, there is so much to consume. The Beverly Hills and Miami reunion back to back. What a treat for us Bravo fans. But yes, let's start off by unpacking Miami because there really is so much to get through. Like top to bottom, it was just such an entertaining episode. And we kind of like came in hot with Marcus talking backstage.
Ooh.
Nobody asks about other people's dads and moms and like.
Well, nobody else's dad is Michael Jordan.
These women wouldn't even be able to do the dishes in our house, let alone be trying to bring themselves into this conversation.
I don't know if he was making sense to you. He wasn't making sense to me because the whole thing about these women couldn't even do dishes in his house.
Yeah, like I honestly am still trying to figure out what he meant. Like, I know it was an insult. I know it was disrespectful, but what exactly were you trying to say?
Because I would be, if you're like, you can't do my dishes, I'm like, thank you, I don't want to.
I would never want to do your
I don't want to
dishes.
take out your trash either.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I spoke to Julia right after that clip came out, and she shared a very heated take on the matter. She was like, I had no money when I came here from Russia. I've built a very successful life for myself. And I don't need to be belittled by a nepo baby trying to use this show to build a career for himself. Like, she was not holding back. That's something that I love about Julia in her third season of Miami. Like, she just really doesn't give a flying F.
And also, I kind of do love while watching the reunion, or what I didn't love while watching the reunion was that, like, they had a camera on Marcus, like, live reacting. I'm like, don't need that. But what I did love was that, like, the little trio of, like, Gertie, Alexia, Julia, letting Larsa barely finish a sentence and having at it. I feel they all really are, like, a dynamic trio situation.
No, it was, like, literally the Powerpuff Girls of Bravo, like, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup coming for Larsa's ass. Like, they were not letting their foot off of her neck. And so it's, I do love, at times, I don't always love it, but it's nice to see camaraderie amongst a select group of housewives, and I do enjoy their trio. I will say I enjoy what Larsa brings to the show as well, and I did really like her outfit. I thought out of everyone, she was kind of playing the hardest in the fashion department.
I think she was my favorite too. She had my favorite look maybe, and my favorite moment where I actually had to pause and compose myself from laughter when Adriana read her poem.
You wrote her a poem.
A poem. So I'd like to recite a poem to Alexia, because I'm not as bad as you think. Alexia, what makes a star is not hubris, it's true, but kindness and talent shining through. It's not about ego or self-centered pride, but the way one uplifts others side by side.
Oh my God. This was like the best follow-up to her letter from last year where she spoke from the perspective of Marisol's liver. This was great. And do you know what the best part was? First of all, it was very beautifully written. I will say the prose was prosing. We saw Gertie doing her little dance. Like, she was really feeling the melody of it. And then meanwhile, the poem, which was definitely targeted at Alexia, she took it all in stride, and she was like, yes, and I am the star. Yes, I agree with exactly what you're saying. I am the star. It was amazing, like, from all angles. I enjoyed every minute of it. And you can always rely on Adriana to bring a fun moment of camp.
So, that is the beauty of Miami. There is fun, there's chaos, there's tears, there's everything. There's even fighting over lunch break, because I love how it started and finished with, like, I think Alexia and Larsa being like, no, we love each other, but you lie. And, like, they were trying really hard, I think, to go into the second part of filming the reunion in a better place. But I think they ultimately wound up in a worse place.
Totally, yeah. So basically, Alexia infiltrated Lars's dressing room and immediately begins with, "Hi, Marcus. You're gonna give me a hug? I love you, Marcus. Okay, now move, Marcus. I need to talk to
Oh,
Larsa, Marcus." And then once she talks to Larsa, she's like, "You look beautiful. Take off the cape. You look beautiful without the cape. You look amazing." And then, like you said, I think they were like trying to do better, but then it just like immediately devolved. Like the masks came off and they just leaned into like, "I hate you, bitch."
oh, they going all at it so much that Andy had to like Insta story of it to make sure content was being captured from it. Made me so excited for part two. But before we get to part two of Miami, we had part one of Beverly Hills also, and Dorit and Kyle not going hiking anytime soon, or anything anytime soon, or going to one of the 5 lunches I guess they've been to without filming, which shocked me as much as I think it shocked Andy.
I mean, how many times have we ever had lunch without filming?
You and I, over the last 7 years, in
Have
particular
gone
the
how
last
many
few
times? You could
years,
count on one hand.
Mo and
Well, I got
PK
the
are
sense
like
you guys
best
were
friends.
hanging out
No,
a
the
lot
thing
outside of the
that doesn't
cameras.
matter.
We were.
She's still
We
as
are.
important
That's
to
my
me. Do you
point.
understand what I'm saying? We don't have that kind of friendship.
My jaw is still on the floor. I cannot believe that over the course of 7 seasons, I think it's 7 seasons on Beverly Hills together, on 7 seasons where Dorit and Kyle have presented that they are really, really good friends. I cannot believe that they've only been to lunch less than 10 times off camera. That is so wild to me. And it was, I don't know, it was really sad to see the friendship break down so fast and so furiously. It seems like what I don't understand. So Kyle wants to make it very clear that they've never been that close, but then Kyle was also like, "I love you so much. You mean so much to me." And I'm just like, what? So what is it? It's
I
so
feel
thing.
Kyle was in that moment like, I love you so much, please don't say anything that's gonna annoy me.
Very
like,
true.
Girl,
I mean, okay,
I'll
so
book
then
us a
obviously
resi. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
No, what were you gonna say about a resume?
Oh, I was gonna say, she's like, I'll book us a resi, I love you, if you shut the F up right now.
Well, and that's what Dorit was saying is that Kyle has been trying to have her shut up by sending her that very lengthy message.
We hadn't spoken in a couple of months, and then all of a sudden you text me the day before the reunion. You know, do you really think that I'm an idiot? I mean, it felt very manipulative. It's not like I'm gonna come here and try to destroy you.
I will say though, it seemed like Kyle took a page out of Dorit's book. Kyle's always coming for Dorit, long-winded. That was like the text personification of what she has said about Kyle over these last several years about Dorit being long-winded. But I read the entire text message, which has been all over social media. It's kind of like, TLDR, too long didn't read. I almost like couldn't finish it, but I
I
wanted
know, I
to.
give you credit. I didn't try to.
Well, I wanted to catch where Kyle was possibly like manipulative or wanted to silence Dorit because it seems like a lot of fans aren't finding it in the message. And if I were to put myself in Dorit's Manolos, I would think that maybe it was just like Kyle's way of saying like, I feel like Kyle, if we were to like sort of Reader's Digest that text message, it was like, look, like, don't talk about Morgan and Mauricio.
That's what she wanted to really say. Yeah.
Right. And I think that like everyone's saying like what she said was not manipulative or was not trying to silence Dorit. But I think that in like Kyle's very sweet yet strongly Capricornish ways, it was kind of like, do as I say and we can play.
And we can play. But since Dorit was bringing it up, Kyle's like, okay, I'll talk about your relationship with the fans. Because why are you just trying to be friends with Kathy Hilton because they all like her last reunion? Meanwhile, when you should be supporting me, your bestie, Kyle.
To me, it feels like you wanted to be on the side of whatever the audience thinks and
Kyle.
agrees with. It seems like
That is the most hysterical thing I've ever heard.
So Kyle, I think from that moment of like her telling Dorit to like get out of her business at last year's reunion kind of really stuck true. And I feel like Kyle is like, actually just get out, Dorit.
Yeah, I feel like, well, I mean, we saw in the text message, Kyle was like, I don't know how much longer I can do the show. It's so toxic. And so I feel like we are really for the first time sort of seeing that explicitly in Kyle's demeanor. And I feel like she's maybe not only ready to throw her friendship with Dorit away, but throw her diamond away.
She wants it all out, but even if she throws it all out, she probably still will be talking about LVP because she even brought up LVP talking to Crystal, where she's like, Crystal, is Kyle still on that show? And it's like, LVP, you know Kyle is still on. But maybe she was predicting because Kyle could be gone next season unless she wants to go take all the ladies to Lake Tahoe, which is apparently where Tom Schwartz feels everybody can heal.
Yeah, and that's probably not happening after this last episode
No.
of Vanderpump Rules, which honestly kind of like gooped and gagged me a bit because we immediately get into what has been teased on social media on several Vanderpump Rules podcasts, is that Scheana Shay is having very conflicting feelings and thoughts about where she stands with Tom Sandoval, as she also remains staunchly Team Ariana. And she revealed to Lala that the reason why it's been a little difficult for her is because Sandoval has been there for her when times have been tough. She said that during the pandemic, she didn't have any source of income, and she got a surprise PayPal gift from Tom Sandoval, which she says was several thousands of dollars. So, you know, when someone steps in and helps like that, it's hard not to have a soft spot for someone.
Yeah, and also because it's kind of one of those things where I feel they're all going together, and it's that hard thing where everyone's kind of been dancing around it, where they are still all on the same show. So it's very hard to like go about your life doing everything and just being like, okay, well, Sandoval doesn't exist because they know that's what everybody wants to see happening. So Scheana's probably also like, what do you even want us to do? Because Ariana's like, I'm not filming with anybody. Her and Katie don't go on Tahoe. They're like looking for glasses for something about her, which God bless. But then they all go to Tahoe and they're kind of seeing like Sandoval to the best of his ability, not take amends, but be there. So I guess they're kind of like, I guess we have to talk to this person sitting at the table. It's all very, very awkward.
Yeah, it is very awkward. Also, what appears to be very awkward is an upcoming conversation between Scheana and Ariana. What is it that Scheana said?
Scheana's like, it's very hard for me not to be friends with him because of you, because he means a lot to me. And Katie Maloney's face after hearing that on FaceTime, it's kind of like the like, I told you. Like people are saying it's kind of like that I told you moment, like that Katie has always been telling Ariana like where Scheana's allegiance is, and this is kind of proving it.
But do you know what the thing about Scheana is, like Scheana's allegiance is to being a perfect reality television performer. And I would just like to remind anyone who isn't a Scheana apologist such as I, that she has consistently and repeatedly given of herself to this art form that is reality TV. She is not afraid to let it all out, to show her ups and downs, trials and errors. Like, I just appreciate Scheana for giving her all to the show. And I don't know if Katie Maloney sees that just yet, but Katie, if you're listening and watching, I just want you to sort of like, you know, remember how much Scheana is the reason for Vanderpump Rules. She was the bridge from Beverly Hills to Sir. Let's all remember that, okay?
Katie's currently on an emo cruise with Dana, so I think she won't be seeing this. But if she is, rock on, girl.
Rock on, Katie.
And Ariana, I hope you're feeling better because I'm supposed to be seeing you in Chicago this week, but you had a cold. So I hope she's all right.
Well, the thing about also Ariana and Scheana is they are seemingly doing great. So like whatever issues they were going through post Tahoe, they worked through. Obviously, I saw them at the premiere like a month ago, and they were hugging each other and laughing and raving about each other. So all is good between.
They're good as gold.
Yes, good as gold, 100%.
God bless. All right, so I am happy for that, even though I think it's gonna be a rocky upcoming few episodes for all involved with Vanderpump Rules, and I can't wait to watch it all.
Oh my God, I know. I do wonder where we're gonna end though, and when do you know what I can't wait for is I can't wait for whatever this like Ariana Lala God complex thing. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Although they're doing well, they're also in a great place, to which we love. But I'm excited to go on the roller coaster with them.
Everyone is always in a good place 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
7 or 8 episodes, the confessionals, the reliving, the retweeting or reacting. We'll see how Lala and Ariana are doing. So we'll keep an eye out on that.